So we got too generous, right? We gave you way too much space, all freaking size of Texas, right? Too much. So now you're gonna shoot at a 9mm dot.
BakerTargets.com is where I get the targets you see me shoot all the time on Active Self-Protection Extra. They ship fast, their prices are great, and they have all kinds of targets, both for competitive shooting, defensive shooting, and fun too. Check them out.
A 9mm dot from 3 yards, right? Have you ever shot a 9mm dot? Yeah. Okay, all right. So let's do this mathematically. Who's my engineer smart people here? Okay, you're my smart people, obviously, okay? So if you can hit a 1-inch dot from 3 yards, what's that if we took it out to 25? Mathematically, what is that in size?
3 to 25, it's 8 times the size.
Yeah, so it's 8 inches. You guys are shooting at B8s, right? If you can hit this box at 3 yards, well, we're not talking trajectory and all, but that means you can obviously put it in a B8 all day long at 25 yards. It's really no different than the upper thoracic cavity. But let's say a 9mm dot. If you can touch a 9mm dot from 3 yards, what is that mathematically out to 25? It's like 78 millimeters, right? 72, whatever it is. It's really this. It's nasal ocular cavity. It's like slightly like a 10.5 ring, right? Or a 9.5 ring shot. We can do this. If you can touch this thing from here, understanding some height over bore and trajectory stuff, you can also do this. Do you think that's an important skill? Well, look at these two girls here. Mr. Holes, Mr. Gallick. Mr. Gallick. These two boys are on a church security team. The church we go to is a big old honking box. Right? What is it? 46 or 64 yards or whatever it is at the extreme distance of that thing? Do you think it's important we be able to do that type of thing? Jack Wilson, right? At distance like this? Yeah, I think so. I think it's a desperately important skill, right? This is good. This is what we want to build. People that can shoot this. I would like to build face shooters. Because if you can learn to face shoot, and I'm not talking head shoot, if you can learn to face shoot, you can chest shoot all day long, right? So the smaller the target. So this time, all you're gonna do is one draw, one shot each box. So you got 5 shots, that's it. Hit or miss, doesn't matter. And if you touch the dot, even if it barely breaks the line, barely, it's perfect, right? It's 100% perfect, okay? So we'll demo this. One draw, one shot, 5 times. But this means, and if you notice, the dots are purposely placed in different spots. So you can't memorize where on the paper to put your dot. It forces you to put it different places. Yes, ma'am. You started to say something.
Oh, me? I was just saying, I think, because I forgot about height over bore on my first box.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I touched a little bit of that dot down there.
So if it's down there, just mark it now so we'll know, okay? All right, so all you're gonna do is here. Now, mea culpa. I've done this in classes. I've never hit 0 and today will not be the day, right? But there's been multiple times I have hit all 5. I think my last class I hit 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, I don't know. All right, Mr. Gallick over here should teach the class because he got like 3 or 4 out of 5. Okay, so it's your perfect shot. If you're doing this, if you're like it ain't perfect, relax, rethink it through, then slowly do it again. Okay, one draw, one shot, 5 boxes. Let's see, eyes and ears. Demo. Come on down, demo.
Just remember, Adam, for enough money, I can make it look like you hit all 5.
Get the money out of my center console. All right, here we go. Okay, so 2 out of, and I think you got 5, right? Did you get 5? Yeah. Ugh. Learn from Brent, not from me. So I learned something on this one. I've suspected my dot slightly off. I noticed it here. These were bad shanks, but it's still slightly off. So I slightly cheated my dot a little further over, so I might have to change my 0 today. That's not an excuse, not at all. I learned that in here. This is part of the learning process, right? Okay, so it's one draw, one shot. Now in this case, once we're all done, we're gonna come up here and we're gonna take a look. So that's a miss, so I'm gonna mark it. That's a miss, so I'm gonna mark it. Obviously a miss, hit, and that's a touch. So in this case, I still have -3 out of 5. -3 out of 5, where Brent, you are 5 out of 5, right?
Yes, sir.
So he is a -0, okay? All right, go molest your dots.